Welcome to Bright English Lab, where English is made simple.
Welcome to Bright English Lab. This is not a channel about memorizing rules or repeating boring exercises. Here, we help you understand English the way it's actually used, in real life, by real people. If you're listening right now, take a moment. Relax, put on your headphones, and focus. Because from this point on, you're stepping into Bright English Lab, where English finally makes sense. Hi, I'm Elias.
Hi, I'm Jessica.
Jessica, I've been thinking about trying something new to relax. Maybe camping?
Oh, camping. I love camping. That's such a great idea. Elias?
Really? Have you been camping a lot?
Yes, many times. And you know what? Today, we're going to talk all about camping in English.
Perfect timing for me then.
Absolutely. And I have to tell you about one of my favorite camping memories, making s'mores by the fire at night.
S'mores? What are those?
It's a sweet snack. You put a roasted marshmallow and chocolate between two crackers. So delicious.
That sounds amazing. Okay, I definitely want to learn more about camping now.
Great! So let's start with the basics. What is camping exactly? Camping means you stay outside in nature, usually overnight. You sleep in a tent or sometimes in a camper van.
So not in a hotel. You're really outside.
Exactly! You're surrounded by trees, fresh air, maybe a lake or mountains.
Where do people usually go camping in the US?
Most people go to state parks or national parks. These are special areas protected by the government.
Are they safe? I mean, is it organized?
Yes, very safe. These parks have designated camping areas called campgrounds. They have rules and staff to help you.
That's good to know. Do they have bathrooms?
Most campgrounds have restrooms and running water. Some even have showers. It's not totally wild.
Okay, so it's comfortable enough. What's the difference between state parks and national parks?
Good question. National parks are managed by the federal government. They're usually bigger and more famous. Think Yellowstone or the Grand Canyon.
I see. How about state parks?
State parks are managed by each state. They're often smaller and closer to cities. They can be just as beautiful, though.
So if I live in California, I can find a California state park nearby.
Exactly. And they're usually cheaper than national parks. Entrance fees and camping fees are lower.
That's helpful for beginners. What do I need to bring if I go camping?
Let me walk you through the essentials. First, you need a tent. That's your shelter.
A tent. Got it.
Then a sleeping bag to keep you warm at night. Nights can get cold, even in summer.
Makes sense. What else?
A flashlight or headlamp, because it gets really dark outside. No streetlights in the forest.
Right. I didn't think about that. What about food?
Bring easy food like sandwiches, canned beans, hot dogs, or instant noodles. And don't forget a cooler with ice to keep things fresh.
And I cook over a fire?
You can. Many campgrounds have fire pits. Or you can bring a portable camping stove.
A camping stove. That sounds easier than starting a fire.
It is, especially for beginners. But making a campfire is part of the fun. You roast marshmallows over it.
For the s'mores you mentioned earlier.
Exactly. You hold the marshmallow on a stick over the fire until it's golden and soft.
That sounds really fun. Okay. So I have my tent, sleeping bag, flashlight, food. Anything else I should bring?
Water is super important. Bring plenty of bottled water or a water filter if the park allows you to use natural water sources.
Got it. Water, definitely.
And bring insect repellent. Mosquitoes love campers.
Oh no, I hate mosquitoes. I'll bring lots of that.
Haha. Also, a first aid kit is a good idea. Band-aids, pain relievers, things like that.
Before we continue, let me tell you something quickly. If you want to keep improving your English, hear new lessons like this every week, and feel more confident when you speak, make sure to subscribe to Bright English Lab so you don't miss future episodes. And if this lesson is helpful for you right now, giving it a thumbs up tells YouTube that this kind of clear, practical English content is useful, and it helps other learners find it too. All right, let's continue.
Okay, now let's talk about what you actually do when you're camping. It's not just sitting in your tent all day.
Right. What are the activities?
Hiking is probably the most popular. You walk on trails through the forest or up a mountain.
Trails are like paths, right?
Yes, marked paths so you don't get lost. Some are easy and flat, others are steep and challenging.
I think I'd start with an easy one.
Good idea. Another activity is fishing, if there's a lake or river nearby.
Do I need a license to fish?
Yes, in most states you need a fishing license. You can buy one online or at the park office.
Okay. What else can I do?
Swimming, if the water is clean and safe. Canoeing or kayaking, if you have a boat. Bird watching is really popular too.
Bird watching? Just looking at birds?
Yes, some people bring binoculars and try to identify different species. It's peaceful and educational.
Interesting. And at night?
At night, you sit around the campfire. You can tell stories, sing songs, roast marshmallows, or just relax and talk.
That sounds really nice and social.
It is! And the stars are incredible. No city lights, so you see thousands of stars.
Wow, I'd love to see that. Now, what about safety? Are there dangers I should know about?
Good question. The biggest thing is wildlife. In some areas, there are bears.
Bears? That's scary. What do I do?
Don't panic. Most bears avoid people. But you need to store your food properly. Use a bear-proof container or hang your food in a tree.
So they don't come near my tent looking for food.
Exactly. Never keep food inside your tent. That's a big rule. Also, don't leave trash around. Clean up everything.
Got it. What if I see a bear?
Stay calm. Don't run. Make yourself look big. Speak in a firm voice and back away slowly.
Okay. Stay calm. Look big. Back away. I hope I never have to do that.
Most likely you won't. Bears are shy, but it's good to know. Another safety tip. Always tell someone where you're going.
You mean before I leave?
Yes, tell a friend or family member which park you're visiting and when you'll be back, just in case.
That's smart. And I should probably bring a phone, right?
Definitely. But remember, in remote areas, you might not have cell service, so don't rely on it completely.
Good point. What about weather? Should I check the forecast?
Always. Weather can change quickly in the mountains. Bring rain gear even if it looks sunny.
Rain jacket and maybe an extra tarp for the tent.
Perfect. And dress in layers. Mornings and nights are cold, but afternoons can be warm.
Layers. That makes sense. Okay, I'm starting to feel more prepared. Let's talk about camping vocabulary. What are some key words?
Great idea! Let's start with a tent. You pitch a tent. That means you set it up.
Pitch a tent. So I can say, we pitched our tent near the lake.
Perfect. And when you leave, you take it down or pack it up.
Got it. What about the sleeping bag?
You unroll your sleeping bag and zip it up when you get inside. You can say, I zipped myself into my sleeping bag.
That sounds cozy. What do we call the fire area?
That's a fire pit or campfire ring. It's usually a circle made of stones where you build your fire safely.
And I build a fire or start a fire.
Exactly. You can also say, we gathered firewood. That means collecting sticks and logs to burn.
Gathered firewood. Good phrase. What about when the fire is done?
You put out the fire or extinguish the fire. Pour water on it to make sure it's completely out.
That's important for safety. What do we call the area where we camp?
Your individual spot is called a campsite. The whole area with many campsites is the campground.
So I reserve a campsite at a campground.
Yes, and you usually need to reserve in advance, especially in popular parks during summer.
How do I reserve it?
Most parks have websites. You can say, I booked a campsite online for this weekend.
Booked a campsite. Easy. Let's practice a few common camping sentences. Can you give me an example?
Sure, let's go camping this weekend. Very simple invitation.
Let's go camping this weekend. I like that. Another one?
We're heading to the mountains for a camping trip. Heading to means traveling to.
We're heading to the mountains for a camping trip. Got it. What if I want to ask someone about their experience?
You can ask, have you ever been camping? Or, what's your favorite campground?
Have you ever been camping? Simple and natural. What if I'm talking about something that went wrong?
You could say, it rained all night and our tent leaked. Or, we forgot the matches, so we couldn't start a fire.
Our tent leaked. That sounds uncomfortable.
It happens, but that's part of the adventure. You learn what to bring next time.
True. What's a positive sentence I could use after a great trip?
The camping trip was amazing. We saw a beautiful sunrise over the lake.
We saw a beautiful sunrise over the lake. I love that image. Okay, let's recap what we learned today.
Good idea. We talked about what camping is. It's staying outside in nature, usually in a tent.
Right. And we learned about campgrounds in state parks and national parks.
We covered what to bring: a tent, sleeping bag, flashlight, food, water, and insect repellent.
And activities like hiking, fishing, swimming, and sitting by the campfire at night.
We talked about safety too. Store food away from bears, tell someone where you're going, and check the weather.
And we learned useful vocabulary. Pitch a tent, gather firewood, campsite, campground, and put out the fire.
Exactly! Now I have a question for you, our listeners. Have you ever been camping? And if yes, what was your favorite part? Or if you've never been, what activity would you want to try first? Let us know in the comments below.
Yes, we'd love to hear your camping stories.
And Elias, are you ready to go camping now?
I think so. I feel much more confident. I'm going to book a campsite this weekend.
That's great! Just remember to bring your sleeping bag and lots of mosquito spray.
And marshmallows for s'mores.
Of course! Thanks for listening, everyone. We'll see you in the next episode of Bright English Lab.
Keep practicing your English. And maybe go camping this summer. Bye!